Well, hi again. It's Robin Raskin here from IMEX Day 2, and we're always filled with surprises. And one of the pleasantest surprises I've had at IMEX is I got to meet somebody I'm kind of a fangirl of, and that's Victoria Matey, who has been thinking about the psychology of events for a long time and has really made the science of events into something of a science. So I think we all have a lot to learn from Victoria. Victoria, thank you. Caught her by surprise because I love what she says. Put her on the show because I think you can all learn something. So we were talking high tech, low tech, and we started talking about low tech tips that are psychology driven that can make your events, your meetings, everything about you better.
Yeah, thank you
So I'm
so
putting
much.
her on the spot.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you for your kind words, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about event psychology. And this is applying findings from behavioral science and neuroscience and psychology to events, to improve different aspects of event planning. And so one of the main benefits of using science-based solutions is they're mostly low-key, meaning that you don't need a lot of money or a lot of time to use it. You just need to know what kind of things can be applied. And one of the examples that I just shared was about using different words to improve the effectiveness of your message. So, for example, event planners struggle with low response rate for surveys. And they usually ask about, providing feedback. So the research says that if instead you're using the word advice, so you are not using survey or feedback, you're using advice, then you can ask for advice from your audience, and that will improve the response rate and the quality of responses because people love that they are addressed as experts.
Yes.
At the same level as you are. So.
And that is exactly what I'm talking about. So, Victoria, your background, you were in events and in psychology.
Right.
And saw this gap that we weren't using. It's true. How many of you fill out surveys when they say, please supply your feedback?
Exactly.
But if somebody asks for advice, we got no problem with that.
Yeah.
So, what are other sort of typical, I hate to put you on the spot, just low-tech, common sense behavioral things?
Yeah, I would say one of the things that we need to pay more attention to is about engaging senses. So mostly we engage a sense of vision, and that's understandable. But in a way, there are so many opportunities to engage other senses, and because the more senses are involved, the better. Because they, in the brain, we've got this cross-sensory engagement. And if, for example, in addition to vision, you engage a sense of smell, let's say in a booth, you can use warm scents.
Yeah.
And research says that warm scents increase the dwelling time, so people stay longer. If you use a subtle scent of coffee or cinnamon, and so that's a low-key solution. It doesn't require a lot of resources to do that.
That is fantastic. And the thing, I do think it. I will tell you, as a magazine editor, I remember the campaign. We once did X computer company smells like a rose, and we put in rose scented. And we had allergic attacks.
Oh,
and they came, and I said, okay, we're never doing that again. So some of it is trial. And
yes, absolutely. No,
but I think you get points from your audience when you try, right?
Right, yes. And also, you shouldn't think that every time you do something, it 100% works. It's trying out and experimenting with different ways. And again, it depends on your audience and the type of event and the aim, the goals of your event. So you need to be holistic about the approach. When you apply science-based solutions, it's not because you follow someone or you follow the trend. It's because it works for your audience or you tried it and it worked. So
right. So help me, riddle me this one. So event planners are asked to be budget people. They're asked to be
Yeah.
marketers. They're asked to be social media. You're asking them to be psychologists too?
Well, I would suggest to bring the psychologists, the expert in behavioral science and psychology to an event team because and it's actually happening right now. I've come across a couple of examples recently. A company starting hiring behavioral researchers and experts in psychology. I also work with clients who believe that this kind of approach works, and it works for them because they again are open to experimenting. A lot of these things are about emotions, senses, making it easy, things like that. They seem intangible, and so in events we are used to measure everything, and it's hard to measure the ROI from emotional engagement or from senses or from music, using music at your event, right? But then again, research proves that those things, simple but mighty.
Yes,
And
every
they
detail.
do get results, for your events.
So, so your job is to help companies, event companies, destination, to make better experiences
Absolutely.
and increase the psyche.
Absolutely, yeah, that's where I step in and help because I review the event design elements or event content, and I provide with recommendations about, doing it better with less efforts.
And then we hold you accountable for the results as well, right? Always.
Absolutely.
So I am a regular watcher, and you should watch Victoria Matey, and we'll have it scrolled under you on LinkedIn. And I find her insights, and we report on them a lot in the newsletter. So watch her and really think about Google's here, and I know one of their big missions now is to bring persona and the psychology and the storytelling of events alive. So there's new generation of event goers, new technologies to help, but really old common sense rules about human behavior.
Yeah, it's one of the key future skills for event planners.
Yeah. I think for humans in general, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us. Really appreciate it.